got their name. The founder of Boy Scouts was from England, where people told folk stories about little people called brownies. Brownies looked a little bit like elves, and the old folk tales told stories about brownies going into homes at night while the families were sleeping and help out by doing chores. So the term brownies was chosen for Girl Scouts who wanted to be helpful and useful. Our Brownie Troop will now tell you the traditional brownie story that has been told for years and years.
Once upon a time, two sisters named Mary and Betty lived with their father and grandmother. The father was a tailor. He worked hard all day.
A tailor is someone who makes clothes.
Bairns are a burden.
Children were called bairns in the north of England.
Bearings are a blessing.
Not my bairns. They do not help me.
They're not bad bearings. My dear, they're as playful as little squirrels.
And about as helpful. Take that outside.
Betty, you take it out.
You picked them up, Mary. I don't understand why Father is angry.
He's tired and you two do not help him.
But what could we do, Granny?
Many things, my dears. What this house needs is a brownie or two.
What are brownies, Grammy?
Very helpful for a little person. They came before the house was up. They cleaned, they watered the flowers, and they helped in other ways. They always ran off before we could see them, but often we heard them dancing and laughing.
Oh, Granny, where are they now?
Only the wise old owl knows, my dear.
Who is the wise old owl, Granny?
I don't know, my dear.
That night, Mary kept thinking of the brownies. There is an old owl living in the big tree near the pond. If she's a wise owl, she can tell me where to find a brownie.
Who?
Please, where can I find a brownie?
I know of two brownies.
Tell me, where do they live?
In your house?
Then why don't they help us?
Perhaps they don't know what has to be done.
I can show them.
Can you? To find one of the brownies, go to the north side of the pond when the moon is out. Turn yourself 3 times while you say, "Twist me and turn me and show me the elf." I looked in the water and saw, then look into the pond to see the brownie. You will think of the word that ends the magical rhyme. Twist me and turn me and show me the elf. I looked in the water and saw.
Why, there is no brownie, just me. And there is no word that seems to rhyme with elf. Help, jelf, melf, how silly. I'm supposed to see a brownie, but I only see myself. Myself, how strange. I have a rhyme, but no brownie.
What did you see in the pond?
I saw nothing but myself.
Go home and speak to Betty about it. Then, if you find the brownies, come to our magic brownie ring. There all the brownies talk about the helpful things they have done. I help them find new things to do too.
brownies meet here in the woods?
Yes. Every time the moon is full, you will hear the call to the brownie ring. Round and round and round about. Turn about and in and out. Come into the brownie ring, ready for most anything.
Mary hurried home. She woke up Betty and told her what had happened. They both laughed out loud and they realized who the brownies were. Then they tiptoed to the kitchen and did every bit of work they could find. Then their father came in. He looked around and rubbed his eyes. The table was set, the floor was clean, the room was bright as shiny as a new penny.
Granny, Mary, Betty, our brownies, they've come back.
For many mornings after that, the tailor tried to get up early enough to take the brownies, but he was never able to catch them at their work. Early one morning, he heard singing.
It must be the brownies.
But when he entered the kitchen, he saw Mary and Betty dancing around in the room.
What have we here? Where are the brownies?
Here! When Granny heard the noise, she came down too.
Barons are a blessing. I told you so.
Even after, the tailor's brownies were the joy of his life. Every day, they found more things to do to brighten their home.
Sometimes he wondered how they learned to do so much, but he never found out. For he saw them creeping out to join the other brownies in the magic brownie ring deep in the woods.
You guys are going to love being brownies. We've learned so many useful and helpful things.
We learned practical skills like how to make healthy snacks from the snacks batch. We also learned about painting and how to create outdoor art.
We learned how to enjoy the great outdoors responsibly by earning the Eco-Friend Outdoor Adventure and Cabin Camping badges.
We learned all about the STEM through the Space Explorer, think like a scientist, think like a programmer, think like an engineer, and coding badges. My favorite brownie activity was selling Girl Scout cookies.
My favorite activity was when we went in the cabins camping because it was so fun.
Yeah, those were fun, but I really enjoyed the Home Scientist badge. Daisy friends, you guys are going to love being brownies. We know you will learn many helpful and useful skills too.